The Young and the Restless spoilers. Welcome back to our channel, fellow Genoa City gossips. Today is a beautiful day to dive into the absolute madness that is our favorite soap. Grab your coffee, or maybe something stronger because we have a lot to unpack and I am bursting with thoughts. Let's get right into it. I cannot believe they did that. I am sitting here staring at my screen at 2 a.m., the glow of the TV illuminating my dark living room, completely losing my mind over Adam Newman. Are we seriously doing this again? Adam actually thinks he can sneak around Victor Newman? Because if there is one thing I have learned from watching this show religiously for years, it is that nobody, and I mean absolutely nobody, pulls one over on the mustache and gets away with it. Remember when Jack tried it? Remember when Nick tried it? It never works. But here we are, watching Adam make the most reckless, impulsive, and frankly stupid move he could possibly make in his entire life. He actually paid Sally Spectra to buy back Newman Media, thinking he could just sweep it under the rug like a minor accounting error. I am sorry, but how delusional is this man? He really believes his father will never find out about this secret, high-stakes deal. It is like Adam has amnesia about his own life and every single interaction he has ever had with his father. And let us just break down the sheer absurdity of this plan, because my brain is short-circuiting trying to make sense of it. Adam is trying to protect Sally, which, okay, is kinda sweet in a twisted, toxic, very Adam Newman kind of way. He knows Victor is gunning for Spectra Charles, and he wants to shield her from his father's relentless wrath. So his brilliant idea is to go behind Victor's back, orchestrate a massive corporate buyout, and just hope Victor is too busy looking at portraits of himself to notice? Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's look at the reality here. The chances of Victor Newman dropping his interest in this mysterious corporate maneuvering are exactly zero. Zero. Victor literally has eyes everywhere. He breathes corporate espionage. He probably has the security footage, the bank transfers, and the exact timestamp of when Adam signed the papers. So now, Adam is completely unprepared for the absolute hurricane that is coming his way. Victor is already asking those razor-sharp questions, the kind where you know he already has the answers, and is just testing you to see if you will lie to his face. And Adam is lying. He is standing there, sweating through his expensive designer suit, thinking he is playing 4D chess while Victor is literally holding the entire board and all the pieces. I just want to scream at my television. Adam, you are walking into a steel trap. Victor has already called in his reinforcements. He is gathering his troops, and you are completely blind to the massacre that is about to happen in the Newman boardroom. And speaking of reinforcements, can we talk about Victoria Newman for a second? Oh my God. Victoria is already on the case, acting like Victor's personal, highly paid attack dog. She wasted absolutely no time marching right over to the ranch while Adam and Chelsea were there, acting all innocent and superior. But she didn't stop there, because Victoria never stops when she smells blood in the water. No, Victoria had to take it a step further and actually go interrogate Sally while Billy Abbott was right there at his house. The absolute audacity of this woman. She just barges into people's private lives, demanding answers, acting like she owns Genoa City and everyone in it just because her last name is Newman. I know some people are loving Victoria's ruthless, cold-hearted CEO era, but personally, I find it exhausting and so hypocritical. She is so desperate for Victor's approval that she will throw anyone under the bus, including her own brother, without a second thought. Watching her grill Sally was just infuriating. Sally is just trying to live her life, run her struggling business, and deal with her pregnancy hormones, and here comes the Ice Queen, throwing accusations and trying to dig up corporate dirt. And Billy standing there, trying to defend his fiancée against his ex-wife. It was just a chaotic mess. A glorious, soapy, dramatic mess, but a mess nonetheless. Okay, back to the point. Let's talk about Chelsea Lawson's role in all of this, because I am honestly surprised by her reaction, but also kind of relieved. Chelsea has absolutely zero intention of attacking Sally Spectra right now. And honestly, thank goodness for small miracles. Because if Chelsea tried to go after Sally after everything that happened between them, I would have thrown my remote at the TV and boycotted the rest of the week. Like, Chelsea and Adam are still carrying around this massive, heavy, suffocating guilt over their affair. And they should. That affair was devastating and completely unnecessary. Remember when they did that whole storyline with Connor being diagnosed with OCD? Yeah, that was intense and really hard to watch sometimes. I have to give the show props for that, honestly. It was a really well-acted, deeply emotional storyline that tackled a real topical issue with a lot of care. Daytime soaps have always been so good at weaving real-world information into their plots as a way to stay current and deliver a massive emotional impact to the viewers, and Connor's OCD diagnosis was heartbreaking. As a longtime fan, seeing Adam and Chelsea rally around their son, trying to support him through such a terrifying mental health crisis, it really tugged at my heartstrings. I felt for them as parents. I really did. But, and this is a massive, unforgivable but, that trauma completely derailed them and turned them into the worst versions of themselves. Adam and Chelsea were so overwhelmed, so turned upside down by what they were learning and dealing with, that they fell back into their old, toxic, destructive habits. They retreated to a time when things were easier, which led to them reconnecting emotionally and then physically. They slept together, and it destroyed everything. I mean, I get it. On some level, trauma makes people do stupid, irrational things. Sometimes I contradict myself because I feel bad for them as struggling parents, but as a fan of Adam and Sally's relationship, I was furiously screaming at the screen. Because let's not forget the absolute soul-crushing betrayal of trust Sally experienced. Adam had worked so incredibly hard to win Sally back after hurting her the first time. They had finally rebuilt their trust, especially after the devastating, heartbreaking loss of their baby girl, Ava. That loss broke them into a million pieces, but they found their way back to each other through the grief. And then Adam threw it all away for a moment of weakness with Chelsea in a cheap motel room, and he didn't even have the guts to confess right away. He had multiple chances to tell Sally the truth, to look her in the eye and be honest, and he just kept lying. That is what shattered their repaired relationship for good and drove him right back to Chelsea's orbit. So now, Sally is out here trying to survive and rebuild her life yet again, from scratch. And she found solace in Billy Abbott. I know, Sally and Billy are a very controversial pairing in the fandom. Am I the only one who kind of likes them together, though? They are both messes who have made terrible mistakes, but they found this weird, comforting, non-judgmental bond. They created their own connection out of the ashes of their past disastrous relationships. And now they are engaged. They are actually planning a real future together, and the biggest bombshell of all, Sally is pregnant with her first child with Billy. After losing Ava, this is such a massive emotional milestone for her. This is exactly why Adam and Chelsea are suddenly backing off and refusing to play Victor's game. They are completely consumed by their own guilt. They know they ruined Sally's life, and now that she is pregnant and trying to be happy, they don't want to be the ones to destroy her company, Spectra Charles, by teaming up with Victor. They are actually trying to do the right thing for once in their miserable lives, letting their guilt guide them to protect a pregnant woman they deeply wronged. It is almost noble, in a very twisted, manipulative, Genoa City kind of way. But here is the massive, glaring, neon-flashing problem that Adam is completely ignoring in his little hero fantasy. Victor Newman does not care. I am sorry, but Victor does not give a single, solitary damn about Sally's feelings, her struggling company, or her delicate pregnancy. Why? Because that baby is not a Newman. If Sally were carrying Adam's child again, Victor might, and I stress might, show a tiny ounce of mercy for the sake of his grandchild. But she is carrying Billy Abbott's baby. And Abbott. We all know Victor's deep, seething, decades-long burning hatred for the Abbott family. The fact that Sally is having Jack Abbott's nephew's baby is just throwing gasoline on a raging fire. Victor is not going to intentionally target Sally just because she is pregnant, but he sure as hell isn't going to let up or show any compassion because of it either. The pregnancy means absolutely nothing to him in the grand scheme of his corporate warfare. And when Victor finds out, because he absolutely will find out, probably by the end of the week, what Adam did, when he discovers that Adam went behind his back, paid Sally for Newman Media, and actively sabotaged Victor's grand master plan, oh, there will be hell to pay. I am genuinely terrified for Adam right now, and I don't even like him that much lately. Because Adam is the one who is going to suffer the most in this scenario. He always does. Adam is the eternal punching bag of the Newman family, always trying to prove himself and always failing spectacularly. He admitted himself that he had zero loyalty to his father when he sneakily orchestrated this deal with Sally to regain control of Newman Media. He basically signed his own corporate death warrant in the Newman Empire. Victor's punishment is going to be swift, brutal, and absolutely devastating. He is going to strip Adam of everything, humiliate him publicly, and make him regret the day he was born all over again. And what really breaks my heart in all of this chaos is that Adam's ultimate goal here is just to protect Sally. He is doing the wrong things for the right reasons. He wants to shield her from the corporate bloodbath that Victor is planning to unleash. But by doing this secret deal, he has put a massive glowing target on his own back. And knowing Victor's legendary vindictiveness, he won't just stop at punishing Adam. I am so scared that Victor is going to feel so betrayed by his own son that he will launch a full-scale nuclear attack on Spectra Charles anyway, just to teach Adam a lesson about loyalty. Can you even imagine the fallout? Sally, pregnant, hormonal, stressed out of her mind, finally thinking she is safe because Adam bought the company, only to have Victor swoop in and crush everything she has built just to spite Adam? It would be classic, textbook Victor Newman cruelty. I just hope, I really truly hope, that the mustache doesn't feel the need to be that petty this time around. Sally has lost enough. She lost her job at Newman. She lost Adam. She lost baby Ava in the most tragic way possible. She deserves to have this one win with Spectra Charles and her new life with Billy without the Newmans ruining it. But let's be real. This is the Young and the Restless, and nobody gets to be happy for long. The fallout from this secret deal is going to be epic, soapy perfection. I am dreading the moment Victor calls Adam into his office, sits behind that massive desk, steeples his fingers, and just drops the hammer. The betrayal, the screaming, the inevitable banishment from the family, we have seen it 100 times, but it never gets any less stressful or entertaining to watch. I am going to need a lot of wine and a support group to get through these next few weeks of episodes, that is for sure. What do you guys think? Is Adam completely doomed, or does he have a secret backup plan? Will Victoria uncover the whole paper trail before Victor even has to lift a finger? And most importantly, will Sally's company survive the inevitable Newman crossfire, or is Spectra Charles going down in flames? I need to know I am not the only one losing sleep over this ridiculous, amazing show. Drop your thoughts below, because I am going to be obsessing over this storyline until the truth finally explodes on our screens.